Hi everyone, this is Caroline Speaks, State of Our World on Thursday, December 2nd, 2021. So what is it, good, bad, or indifferent? All three, I'm afraid. Well, we had um, the Congress is talking about, the Supreme Court is talking about abortion and access to abortion. And Roe v. Wade was passed in 1973, and there's always been challenges to it. So far, Roe v. Wade has stayed the way it was. But there's some possibility at some point Roe v. Wade might be overturned. Now, the thing is, abortion is when a female person or any creature is expecting a baby and don't want to have the baby anymore. Could be health reasons or whatever, or a case of rape or incest. And the Supreme Court now has, out of the 9 judges, 6 are conservatives and 3 are liberals. So we, thanks to Trumpy, we have 3 more conservatives. So it's 6-3 conservative bias in the Supreme Court. Now, the Roe v. Wade entitles a female person to an abortion at any time up to, I think, 24 weeks of being pregnant. And the Mississippi has put through a law now, I believe, to make it 15 weeks or something like that. They want to have it less time for people. But 15 weeks versus 24, and but who knows what they're really going to do. That's 15 weeks, okay. Now there was a state, where it was Texas, that tried to ban abortion after 6 weeks. Most people don't even know they're expecting a baby at 6 weeks. So anyway, the Mississippi law would allow someone to have an abortion up until 15 weeks of pregnancy. Okay, now the right wing claims that abortion is murder. True, as a result of having an abortion, the child is no longer living. But if someone is raped, or as a result of rape or incest, they should not have to bear this child. Also, there's never any consequences for the man. Why don't they? They don't hold men responsible for creating babies, unfortunately. And I think if they did, we wouldn't have this problem. Now, I personally believe that you should not do anything that would cause you to expect a baby, but there are people who do. There are right-wing people who want to get rid of possibilities like medicated abortion, etc. So there's all kinds of ways of having an abortion. However, these people who are claiming abortion is murder think nothing of eating other creatures, fish, meat, birds, animals, birds, fish. So if they concentrate on the non-living creatures, just plants, and they with plants and trees and grains, that's what we do. So that you don't have to ever eat another creature. But don't think anything about eating other creatures like cows and pigs and sheep and birds and fish. And don't think what these poor animals go through in the slaughterhouses. Oh no, that's okay to kill animals, fish, sheep for food. So if they really were pro-life, they would be vegan. No dairy either. There are dairy substitutes like soy. We drink soy milk. We're doing very well with that. So, murdering other creatures is murder. So if you're complaining about abortion being a murder, so is murdering creatures to get their food. So that's definitely wrong. Also, um, the animals, if we all were at least vegetarians, at least, best is vegan, and then let all the farm animals and the birds, that are currently in uh, contained to be used for meat at a time. Let them all live out their lives, and no hunting. Hunting is murder. No fishing. Fruits and grains and vegetables, and you can do very well on that. Okay, so that's my opinion. Now, uh, now that's what I think. Um, so I don't know what's actually going to happen, but that's what people are thinking. They want to end abortion, but they think nothing of eating other creatures, uh, providing other creatures for food. Be a vegetarian, be a vegan, and then you're protecting all creatures. Also, um, gun violence, guns kill. So the right wing people don't think anything about banning guns, so we don't have all these gun fatalities. No, they need their guns. Why do you need a gun? Okay, now um, we have the coronavirus now, and we still have a problem with getting the vaccine out to everybody, not just to the wealthy nations. And the wealthy nations have provided all the funding to create the vaccines, including the United States, the British, the French, the Germans, etc. So, no pharmaceutical companies should have any um, rights, intellectual property rights. It should all be the information, the recipe for creating the vaccine should be available for anyone, and we should have as much vaccines and boosters as necessary. Now, the AIDS was about 40 years ago when people started noticing AIDS, and now we have coronavirus, which is another virus. So, December 1st, which was yesterday, marks World AIDS Day. And look at the pandemic that preceded coronavirus 19, um, and how recorded deaths of complications from the coronavirus this year have surpassed those of HIV/AIDS in the United States. The head of UNAIDS has warned the coronavirus 19 pandemic may result in an increase in infections and deaths from HIV and AIDS. Both viruses disproportionately impacted vulnerable minority communities. Although treatment rollout for HIV/AIDS was uniquely inhibited by homophobia, racism, and sexism, it was also plagued by corporate greed and U.S. exceptionalism. Nothing changed. We're seeing very similar dynamics again now with COVID-19, says Stephen Thrasher, professor at Northwestern University in the Medill School of Journalism and the Institute of Sexual and Gender Minority Health and Well-Being. We have the vaccines, we have medications that are very effective, and we're again being held from the global, and they're again being held from the global south to protect the profits of pharmaceutical corporations. Okay, we have to break the grip of the pharmaceutical corporations on getting vaccines and treatments to people, especially since they didn't pay anything for the development and um, um, distribution and research and testing and all that stuff. So I'm in favor of that. Forget about intellectual property rights. Protect your people. Okay. Now, so that being said, we need to really break up the pharmaceutical companies' hold on us. This way, we need to break up the social media companies' hold on us and influencing people and they with dangerous ideas of hate and fear. Now, I think, like the coronavirus, the latest variant, Omicron, was discovered in South Africa, and they provide the information to everybody. But the Omicron um, variant did not really originate in South Africa. It originated in Europe. So we really need to do something about this stuff. Uh, Blaming Africa, blaming the West. They're the ones that are hurting everybody. And so instead of having bans on where you can travel and who can enter from another country, how about providing vaccines to everybody, forgetting about the profit motive, and then we will be free of viruses and get ready for the next one. Okay, so what do you think about that? I think that's a great idea. What do you think? Now, also, maybe it's time for a little music, a little lighter mood. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna sing, what shall I sing? Okay, how about, um, there's two songs I like. I know the shorter version, but there's a longer version, which I'm working on learning. Now, how about, one second, let me check this out. Okay, let's move on with a song called Broken Blossoms, recorded by Dusty Springfield and written by her brother. I walk where once the grass was green, and mourn the lark that sings no more. What bird could sing whose eyes have seen broken blossoms on the field of war? And as they lie there in the sun, how unimportant now it seems just who has lost and who has won, when with them have died so many dreams. They dreamed that endless hate would end, unceasing fear one day would cease. They dreamed that foe would turn to friend, and eternal war would turn to peace. But who can say how many more will join these young and hopeful men in fields they've never seen before, for from fields they'll never see again. Okay, alright, that was Broken Blossoms. Thank you for tuning in this evening of Thursday, December 2nd, 2021, for another meeting of Carolyn Speaks, State of the World. I'll be back again tomorrow. In the meantime, stay safe, practice social distancing, wear a mask. When the vaccine is available for you and safe for you to take it, I would take it. I had mine May 27th, a Johnson & Johnson one shot. I'm due for a booster in about 2 months plus, and I'll see what happens. I did have sore arms, 2 sore arms, and I was tired, but I'm fine. So take care of yourself and others. Remember, kindness goes a long way. Kindness goes a very long way. Thank you. Good night.